Hey, look at Shane.
Yeah,
Good morning, Slick. How are
I'm
you?
here.
You're here. We're all ready.
We're all ready. Oh, I'm the only one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're the only one in here right now. So, um, I'm gonna ask them to be checking in on their people and some of those kind of things, and we're gonna talk about kind of setting up some Zoom times. I've got an idea. I just want to run by them, make sure that they're okay with Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If core setting Zooms, they're going to set them on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If elective are, they're going to go Tuesday, Thursdays, just to kind of eliminate any sparring over that. Hey, look,
Hmm.
there's Anthony.
Hey,
Anthony, down in the bottom left corner, there's a little microphone. If you click on that, it'll unmute you. Hey, you got it now. Well, at least it said you did. Then you clicked it again, I think, buddy.
Okay, I'm on now.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
there he is.
How you
Hey,
doing?
guys, good seeing you guys. Fine, thank you.
Good to see
Hey
you.
there.
My wife has to she's keeping all the chips in her pocket because I need a lot of help with this. So
I get it.
yeah, it's quite embarrassing actually.
You know,
Her
it's
name's Ann.
what was
Sorry?
that?
Her name is Ann. That's what shows up on her
Yeah,
screen.
thank you. Yeah, it's on my wife's. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah,
All right.
the weekend came at the right time. It was needed to disengage for a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
We we went outside, got a lot of I got several walks in. We did some sidewalk chalk, did some basketball. It's all good. We actually had a ping pong tournament on
Oh,
Saturday night and a foosball tournament here at my house, all five of us. So
that's fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I've been a buddy of mine that he teaches over at Lathe East. We've kind of tried to start running a little bit more, and that's
Oh,
been grueling. But I'm
yeah.
trying.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Hi, Sherry. Sherry, I think down in the bottom left-hand corner, you can click the microphone and it will let you say hi to us if you want.
Hello, everybody.
There we
Hey,
go.
Sherry, how are you?
Is this your first Zoom?
No, I've been Zooming with Martha and also with some of our orchestra teams. So
Sweet.
I have an orchestra meeting this afternoon with 28 orchestra members that I'm leading later this afternoon. So
Oh,
That's really good. Jeez.
how's everybody's week going?
good.
It is.
Not bad. Thank you.
Good.
Got up early and shaved. I mean, that's a plus for me over the last 5 or 6 days. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Same here.
Yeah, I worked on that too.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we all have our glasses on. Shane and I aren't usually in ours, so that's
No, my eyesight's getting worse every day.
mine is.
I'd cut 2 trees down yesterday and hauled those off, so that 2 of our pines had got eaten by the boars.
Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning. Here they all come.
All right. Good morning, Danielle. Good morning,
Morning.
Lisa. Good morning, Goad. All right. Raise your hand if this is your very first Zoom and you need some help with any of this. Awesome. We already talked, Anthony. It's okay.
Okay.
As we'll get a few more on here. I think that there'll end up being I think 14 of us today in this group, and I just wanted to. There are a couple things I want to kind of get your feedback on before I share with staff what my plan is. Want to make sure that I run it by you and you don't go, "You're crazy." So we'll do that. Jim Cole, hello there. Hi, Jim. He's connecting. And there's Carrie. All right. Good morning. How you doing, Jim? Okay. You got the volume is down in the bottom left-hand corner. There's a little microphone to click. At least on mine, that's where it's at. Okay. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Lisa. There we go. Let's see. There are 10 of us.
Okay.
There's another one. There's Megan starting to join in. It's good to see you guys' faces. You know, I don't know if you read my email to parents last week, the one I put out on, I think, Thursday. Tuesday was hard. It was, I knew you guys were in the building, and I, couldn't really go out and visit with you and check in, and that stunk. And it was only a minor bit of what you guys felt as you were in your classrooms with empty desks and all of that. So, I have been pretty appreciative of. I'm seeing I'm getting. Okay. We just got, so all parents, I think, just got a text that said continuous learning has started, and that it's been activated and all that. It was activated at 9, so it was good. Have any of you been on to peek at it yet? Probably not.
Have not.
Since we, I went and just rewatched the piece that Brent and Andrea put out, and just kind of walking through what the format's going to be like in that. But I have not gotten into specific content in that. I cannot believe how much is there. And it's amazing to me the way that all of that rolled out as far as okay, Jim, I don't know if everybody else is hearing it. Lisa is. Jim, if you'll hit your microphone, and when you want to talk, hit the microphone again. But every time you move, it sounds like you're scraping your I don't know, a grater.
Okay, so my microphone's on right now, right?
Yeah. There you go. Okay. So, and this is going to be really hard for me to be talking and not hear any of your responses. And so if I say something that makes you go, whoa, wait, slow down, put your hand up. Channing, down in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little microphone. If you touch that, it will let you speak. Jump in and say hi to us. That's okay. Find the microphone. For me, it's in the bottom left-hand corner.
My microphone's on the top. If I hit the screen anywhere, it pulls down from the top.
Okay. Did that help you? Okay. Channing, you can hear me, right? Thank you. Nodding head's perfect. If any of you have any points that you want to stop me and have me clarify, jump in and do that. As we get going, this is not perfect. This is just like the continuous learning plan. It's not going to be a perfect plan for every person that uses it. This is going to be the Zoom is a way to connect, and once we get better at it and you get more used to it, it is a pretty decent way to have a group this size have a conversation. I can see that we've got some chat going on. All right. Lisa says, if you look down in the middle, there's a chat button. She says, click the microphone at the bottom of your screen to mute so we can hear Mike better. That was to everybody. Might have been a little bit ago. So the thing that I'm going to look for you guys to help with as much or more than anything is to connect with your people. The sheer size of our building with right at 75 certified and 110 people in our building, 110 adults in our building, there is no way that I can keep up with trying to make sure everyone's doing okay. That is my biggest worry in all of this, is that people aren't suffering alone, if you will, because this is different than anything we signed up for when we became teachers. We signed up to be social people, interacting with others and helping. And right now, the way that our continuous learning plan is set up for individual teachers and individual buildings, there isn't a great deal of content delivery right now, and that's a piece that we'll have to work through, and it'll be hard to struggle through and come at peace with, if you will. So I'm looking for you to, if I hate to give specific mandates, but I'd love to see you guys checking in with your folks every week. Whether that's an email, whether it's a phone call, it's a Zoom, but check in with your folks every week, and shake your head violently if you think that's crazy.
Hey, Mike, when you say folks, you're talking teachers, right?
So I'm talking your teachers, yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask teachers to do the same thing with their kids. It can be an email, it can be a Zoom, however, but make sure that your kids know that you're there to support them in the SEL side as much as you are with the curriculum side. Everything that I've heard about our continuous learning plan, and Taylor could give us more information, I know, if we need it, but I don't know that we will. But everything that I've heard about that, all the content is there. And the opportunities to extend and explore and those kind of things are there. And that's, we're not going to be delivering a lot of content from our staff. We've been told that there will be no additional content delivered by individual teachers. And that's a piece that we're going to have to stick to, and that's going to be hard. And it'll be a piece I address in the faculty meeting part. That'll be really hard for our staff and for every staff member in Olathe to not, say, oh, well, this is a great activity to go on top of that, and to layer more pieces to the plan. If we do that, we're some of the biggest reasons that is a piece that we're being pushed not to do is we don't know what's going on in our kids' houses. Many of them are right now the de facto child care provider in their home. Our middle school kids are doing that for their younger siblings, and to pile more and more and more on them, that mental side of that is not healthy. And that's the biggest reason we're not going to do that. We also want to make sure that we are, that we are keeping in mind that some of our kids have Wi-Fi at home, some of them don't. And the availability of doing that across the district as a whole is part of, one of the bigger challenges that we faced. There will be the continuous learning plan being put out there electronically, but they can also pick those packets up with that information as they pick up their lunches from the different lunch distribution spots. And you've seen that. Any questions on any of that? If so, you can use that chat button at the bottom. You can speak those out.
Mr. Wiley, I have one question. You indicated that you were going to have teachers contact their students on a weekly basis. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Could we do it in a form if we're a team to send another team, weekly letter to kind of consolidate everything? I didn't know if that was a possibility.
I think that's fine. I would say starting out this first week, for sure, I want you to do that individually. And they need to hear from you and know that you're caring about them, that you are, concerned, and they need to hear that you're willing to help them. So I think moving past this week, yeah, I'm good with that. I know that we had at least one team, if not a couple of them, do like a Zoom of just a check-in with kids and those kind of things. I think those are awesome, and that's a great piece to be done as a team. Anthony, I know there are people on your team that are more tech savvy than you. I hope that doesn't offend you. You know, but jump in on that. You can be a participant. They can see your face. You can laugh when appropriate, and some of those kind of things, and that will help our kids get through this. So yeah. Carrie, I would love for you to, and I pointed down on the screen where you are, Carrie, if you would kind of monitor chat and fire out questions if we have any.
Okay, we just got one from Megan. If students contact us directly via email for enrichment activities, can we offer it to them individually?
Okay. The push is going to be to push them to what is in the continuous learning plan. And so the answer would be no, don't do that, because again, it's an equity piece. You know, we're trying to give the same basic outline to all of our kids. So let's hold off on that. Megan, I would say in the elective field, I'm not sure what all kinds of things will be in that section, and so let's revisit that in a week. If you find that it's weak, I'd love, and weak's a horrible word because there are people putting tons of effort into this plan. I don't want to discount any of that, and know that the curriculum coordinators are the ones that did that, that put that team in place. So at ELA, Kim Dahl reached out to Taylor and said, hey, can you help with the 7th grade curriculum and some of that? And so that's where those folks came from. So much of this, Dr. Yeager has been kind of driving the bus, and he said, hey, curriculum coordinators, you need to get X number of people at each grade level and go, right? As a principal, I've been hearing, hey, this is coming. Here's, you know, a very minute piece of what it's going to look like. On Thursday of last week, just the day before you guys got it, we did a walkthrough, and I was amazed at how much was put together. But that being said, if we're finding that there are areas that we can improve, I'd love for you to send that to me and kind of go through that route. Long answer, sorry, Megan. Carrie, others?
Yeah, Danielle just chimed in. My kids have been doing March Mammal Madness since before school ended, and I've been sending videos and plan on doing so until the end of the tournament. The kiddos are digging it, and I hear random conversation from kids, especially the kids missing basketball, trying to talk science smack. Can I keep doing that?
The answer has to be no, and I'm sorry, because again, it's adding a layer on curriculum wise. I agree, Carrie. I know the face that you're making. I know.
Yep.
Danielle,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I know, and here's what I just went through in my mind. I know that we asked, can we continue to do Math 180 and Read 180 specific activities with kids? Those, you know, and the answer was no there. So if we're talking about a you know, straightforward piece of curriculum, I'm positive that Dr. Yeager will give me a no. I'm going to write it down and I'm going to ask.
Yep. Couldn't see it.
I can't spell mammal right now because that's the way my mind's working, but I will get it. I will get it. But
yeah. And Channing had just asked on here what Shane was trying to show us on his iPad. He had the continuous learning up and was just seeing if we could all see it. We couldn't read it though. It was just too far away.
Yeah. Okay. As we go into, I want to go back to a couple things. So right now, if you guys, I'm guessing that many of you have talked to, you know, your science peeps, your math peeps, your other elective folks, and those kind of things. If there are any folks that are struggling, and you know, not just struggling through this, but you know, there's a real chance that we're going to have folks in our building get the virus, right? And so that's also part of why we're doing a district-wide continuous plan, so that if our art teacher, who's our only art teacher, sorry Megan, you got put under the example, but if our art teacher were to get sick and be dealing with that, all that instruction stops if we're not using something you know, continuous across the district. And so that was part of what they're looking they looked at in putting this together. But as our folks are getting into this and you guys checking in on them, please let me, Carrie, Shane, let us know if there are things that we can do to help. You know, but it doesn't have to be a Zoom. It can be an email, it can be text, whatever way's best for you. I'm currently in text hell a little bit, in that I'm in a group chat via text with the 10 principals and Jessica Dane. And there are things that are popping up there like crazy that typically I'm not on my phone like that. And so that's been a process to get used to, but it is still a way to connect, and it's a way that you know, is better than not connecting. So please use whatever form works for you, but do that with your folks if you can. A piece that I'm looking for a thumbs up or a thumbs down in this. When we are setting up, you know, there will be some folks on our staff that are very comfortable with this format, with this Zoom format, and will want to touch base with their kids, maybe answer questions about the week's lesson and things like that in there. Maybe just have a weekly check-in with their kids. I'm going to talk about some guidelines with that, with the whole faculty meeting. But before I do that, I want a thumbs up or a thumbs down to, I'd like to set that if you are a core teacher, you are only Zooming on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. And if you are an elective teacher, you are only doing that on Tuesday and Thursday. The reason being coordination of Zooms and putting one meeting over the other. Thumbs up or thumbs down on that? Up, up, up. Danielle, you okay with that? Looks like everyone's okay with that. I just want to give some sort of guidance to folks. Then the next piece, when we talk about Zooming and connecting with folks, right now our staff will not have a ton of accountability with delivering curriculum. We just know that we won't, and that's part of it. What we need to be, you know, we need to continue to connect with our colleagues and use this time to PLC and plan for next year. So what I'm kind of the same thing. I'd like to not have those meetings schedule over each other. So if Danielle's wanting to talk to all of science, I'm going to ask Danielle to do that in the afternoon times. Okay, try to set that in an afternoon. If she's wanting to meet with her content partner, do those in the mornings. Is that okay? So that we're meeting content partners in the mornings. We're meeting as a vertical team, which I don't think will be nearly as often, but we're at least here in the start trying to aim for mornings and afternoons. Does that seem reasonable?
I do want to add, because I'm thinking the three of us admin are meeting this afternoon, and we'll probably be looking at how we're going to schedule getting in with the like department PLCs, or how we want to keep moving forward with that, so that doesn't step on each other, as well as special ed meetings and those kinds of things. So I can guess that there will be more guidance coming as we coordinate with those schedules.
Yeah, with the afternoon piece. And what we're likely going to ask from our grade level content PLCs is that set those meetings via Zoom, invite the administrator in, but we're going to look at having those meetings at a time opposite of your PLC. Okay, and as I'm thinking of that, so it should still be Mondays and Wednesdays, which would avoid some of our IEPs and those kind of things. Those are Tuesday, Thursdays. So I think we should be able to be okay with that. Carrie, do you agree?
Yeah, I think we just need to make sure the special ed teachers get that message as well.
Okay. And so Channing, making sure that we, as we're scheduling IEPs, that we stick to those Tuesday, Thursday times. Our alternate on that would be a Friday time. Just nod your head. Okay. Understand that you've got that.
And Mike, I don't know if it's good to throw out this question that came up. Channing just asked, will our SPED kids have access to Read 180 and Math 180?
Okay. I'm being told that they are not going to continue with where they're at in those two programs. And that's where we're at right now. Okay. So next thing on my list is budgets. Guys, our budgets, I can't even spend a dime at this point right now. You're going to see, hopefully, I don't know when they're going to get it done, but I did work with Bulldog Backers, and we're going to have a little sign put up at the school that just say we love and miss our Bulldogs. One of those yard signs with all the funky different letters and that kind of stuff. So but I had Bulldog Backers pay for that. I don't even have access to my Visa at this point. So if you have budget items, try to keep a list of those, and I will touch base with me on those, and I'll continue to put them on my list. Just not part of the budget thing is the delivery of items and things like that. Right now, I'm being asked to go to the building on Tuesdays and Thursdays, take care of mail. Look for the little stickers from UPS that says come to the store or come to the warehouse and pick that up and go and do that. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now, is in that mail piece. I'm hopeful that at some point we get a little bit more word from business on our budgets, but that's where that is. Anything else, Carrie, that I need to run through on chat?
Yep.
Okay. Last thing I have before we jump over to our faculty meeting. Look at that. Even 9:21. That's not bad timing. Last thing that I have is, for this group, and we'll open it to BLT as we get kind of the word. There's going to be ONEA is working through a piece, and they're looking for a little bit of leniency, I think, in terms of the negotiated agreement, because this is obviously something that's never been thought of in terms of a school shutdown and our teachers not physically in front of kids and some of those kind of things. I'll be honest with you, I'm sitting here going, okay, the next time that I'm going to be back with my whole staff face to face in a PD time is going to be pre-service of next year. Holy crap. That's the last thing I want to do on those days, is to cram in the second half of the SCM training, a full day's training of dyslexia training that the state is now requiring, and some of those kind of things. So my hope is that over these 8 weeks, once we get through this first week of this, I think first couple weeks maybe, I think we're going to find a pattern, and that's what educators do, is we find a structure that works for us, and we're going to work that way moving forward. I think there's going to be time that we can take care of and do some of our PD to not be able to have to do that pre-service time. So my hope is that in that pre-service time that we're able to do some team building stuff, at least for one of those days. We did the bike ride thing, we've done a bowling thing. I want you to, if you guys have some ideas, I'd love to hear some of that. Okay. Not today. but be thinking about some of those that might be fun. One that I felt like, was an awesome plan, was the downtown scavenger hunt thing that just poured rain on us and that kind of stuff. I'd love to find something fun similar, or maybe even think about revisiting that and doing it in a little different way or something. But if you've got some ideas, throw those my way and be thinking about that. There's also a lot of our recent PD has been around relationships and all of that. There's a book out called Hacking School Discipline that I'd love to do a book study with over this period of time as we're not in front of kids and some of those kind of things. But that's a little bit of what's been on my mind and what I've been thinking about. I'd love for you to continue connecting with your folks and that, if you will. We'll be here together, and we'll get through it together. It'll be all right. Any last thoughts before we jump over to faculty meeting? Okay, I know we won't see Taylor's face in the faculty meeting. She's got a bolt for a continuous learning plan Zoom, because of course we're already, scheduling on top of each other, which may happen. That's why I thought we should get a little bit of structure at least to that before we get going. But we're going to jump over. So what you need to do is end this one. Go to the link for the faculty meeting, and there are some other pieces that I'm going to touch on. But I appreciate your time, and you guys are awesome.
Mhm.